So, do us a favour and clear something up for us. How short notice is this fight for you?
A couple weeks. I got it last Sunday is when I first got the call, and then on Monday it was made official.
So, is this the shortest fight notice you've ever had, or?
No, man. I've actually fought on 24 hours notice before.
Okay.
So, and that was 3 fights in one night.
Right.
And I won all 3. So I typically do well on short notice.
So 2 weeks doesn't really phase you, know?
No, it would have been cooler if it was 24 hours notice. You got less time to think.
Is that something you found, that actually the shorter notice, the better it is for you, because you don't have time to just sort of think and over anxiety yourself?
Yeah, for sure. As long as I'm prepared, as long as I've been training, I wouldn't have said yes to any of it had I not been training. But as long as I'm prepared, I feel like I can go in there and win any fight that I have. So yeah, if it's short notice, I'm ready.
There's a bit of a weird one as well, right? But I don't know if this even crosses your mind, but if you're the guy who goes in on short notice and wins, it's not a bad sort of look for you,
Yeah, it looks even better, right? It looks a lot better. Same with, when the odds came out, all my buddies are, they're big gamblers. They want to know what the odds are going to be. I was like, I'm sure I'm going to be an underdog. I mean, it's short notice. This guy's been on the card. He's been preparing for this date. So, but like I said, I'm prepared. I fully expect to win on Saturday.
What do you think of Ion? I'm sure you must have seen his little couple of fights he's had in his little rivalry. What do you think of him as an opponent?
Yeah, it's funny. I've been watching him fight, not just by chance, the past couple years. I remember even in 2018 when, after I broke my arm a couple times, taking a little bit of a break. He's a guy that just sticks out to the fans, and he stuck out to me. And, of course, he's in my weight division, so I look at those guys a little bit closer. But I think he's a great fighter. I think he's an emotional guy. I think all the way from the weigh-ins are pretty dramatic, and he goes out there and he tries putting you away early, man. He swings for the fences. I think that I can expose that a little bit. I think his emotional state of mind is somewhat of a weakness for him, and it expends a lot of energy. So if I can go out there, be cool, calm, collected, and weather that storm early on, I think I have a great chance of beating this guy, and I think it's a great matchup for everybody.
You mentioned the weigh-ins. Are you going to prepare yourself for a Jeremy Stephens kind of shove and just keep it at a distance?
Yeah, man, just don't touch me at weigh-ins. He can get up in my face and yell and do all that stuff. Just don't touch me. I hope he doesn't. And after that Jeremy Stephens thing, they'll probably put something in the contract that if you touch your opponent, you're losing 1% of your purse, which I think it should be, man. That's unfortunate. That fight got scratched, and then that guy got injured from, you're not expecting the guy to just, go off and push you hard and jolt your neck or whatnot. But I'll be ready. I'll sit up there. I've got a few things. I'm prepared.
Jeremy Stephens is an emotional guy, right? So it's not like the craziest thing in the world that he did that.
Right.
But have you ever been up there and there's been a guy in particular you didn't like, or he's given you a look, or it's got that intense that you felt that level of angry at a weigh-ins?
No, the only time that I've had an issue, I fought, it was just with my Glory kickboxing career, I fought Michael Dute over in London. We fought at the O2 Arena. And it was one of the first Dutch guys I fought and foreign guys, and he got right up in my face, and I thought he was gonna, I didn't know. I thought he was gonna touch me or kind of push me or do something, and he just got up in my face. He goes, "Tomorrow I kill you," and I'll never forget it, man. It was the first time I've had that confrontation at weigh-ins, and my armpits just started sweating profusely, and I got so worked up, I broke out in a sweat. And he did TKO me the next day, so he wasn't lying. But yeah, it was that's the only time that I've been in that situation. So I'll be prepared for Friday's weigh-ins.
I guess that's a bit of a trip, right? Because you're probably going up there let's just do this face-off, go, and then for someone to suddenly bring that, it's probably more just the shock of the different energy rather than anything else, right?
Well, yeah, and I'm an easygoing guy, lighthearted. I go up there just kind of nonchalant. So when they get up there and make it a little more dramatic than what it is, it's a little bit of a shock. But like I said, now I'll be prepared for it. And if he does, it's cool, man. The fans like to see that. Just don't touch me. I just don't want him pushing me.
I'm looking forward to the fight, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Just to follow up on that real quick, because we're going down this road, how tough is it to not react before somebody does, right? You're up there, you don't expect him to get all intense, and then when somebody starts to get intense, you're like, do I need to go first? To react before they even do something. How tough is that, mindset?
Yeah, like I said, you just have to be prepared. Usually I walk up and put my hands behind my back and, just kind of sit there and make it casual. But in this case, my mind's already prepared. I know, I'm expecting him to come up and do something crazy. So, I'll probably get in my stance and get ready for, if anything goes down.
So thanks.
Have you ever thought about going out there and trying to just throw out random phrases towards your opponent just to see if it'll work for you as well?
No, I usually keep it, casual, keep it kosher. I have a couple things in mind to say if he does try getting a little bit crazy and getting up in my face, but I'll save it for the weigh-ins, and I think it'll surprise him a little bit.
I like how out of nowhere we've built up this weigh-in face-off. Like something's going to happen.
Watch, nothing happens.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
know.
out there and he'll just be cool, calm, and collected.
I hope you choose a good accent, and I want you to pull out the most randomest phrase that you could possibly think. Do you think you could deliver one without without breaking character? Do you think you would just laugh if you tried to throw some movie line out at him?
Well, I think that no, I think he'd stay aggressive. I think he'd stay in the zone. Like I said, I just have to be prepared, and we'll see what happens.
When it's so short like this, is game planning even a thing at that point, or is it just staying focused on yourself, or do you try to cram? Are you the kind of person that does watch tape on opponents? Do you try to do a crash course and try to come up with a game plan?
You know what? Honestly, I'm not the type of person that watches a lot of film. I do watch some, but then I've made that mistake in the past where I just watch film of my opponent nonstop, and then I start to put so much focus on them and what they're good at and what they're capable of. I lose focus of what I'm good at and what I'm capable of. So I'll watch film a couple times early on just to be prepared and know what we're going against. And then from there, man, I focus on what I do well and I focus on myself. And in this case, yeah, with my coach, we just got to be me. We didn't really put a big game plan together. Like I said, it's short notice. You go out there and just be you. We know what he does. He comes out swinging for the fences, and he's heavy-handed. But that's right down my alley. I'm a striker, and I've got a lot of striking experience, and he's not anything that I haven't seen before. I've faced some of the best guys, the best strikers in the world in Glory Kickboxing. If you go check my resume, and that's what I say, man, the Hanyak's forged in fire. I've been through it to get to it, and here I am. I think every one of those experiences in the past has led me to where I am right now, and is going to, carry me into Saturday night.
And I think that says something to the activity level. We've already spoken to a lot of fighters that, this is almost their first fight they've had in a year's time. You're staying pretty active. What would you attribute to being able to stay active? Is it just being near the phone, ready to take that call? Is it going out there and giving that 100% every time? What would you attribute to the activity level? Well,
I would attribute that just to my, I took a lot of time off in 2018, and there was like 6 to 8 months, and the longer I took off, I was kind of content. There was part of me that thought I was never going to fight again, and part of me was content with that, but then part of me would watch these guys, and I knew I was on that level. I knew I could compete, and I got that fire reignited. I came back, had some fights in 2019 and won them, and then I had the Contender Series fight. And once I had that Contender Series fight and I made it back to the UFC, that's when I told myself, man, the work's just starting all over again. So I've been dedicated. I've been committed in the gym. I've been grinding and staying active. And I think the good things come to those that work for it and get after it. So that's what I've been doing, and that's why I'm able to answer these calls on short notice. And I put myself in a great position, man. I got a new contract with UFC. I feel appreciated, and I'm excited to go out there and get the job done on Saturday.
Do you have a favorite movie villain character that you know?
I love Deadpool. Yeah.
Maybe you could try some Deadpool. Deadpool's got plenty of one-liners.
Right? You know what? I'm going to have to watch that movie again and maybe get one from the movie and have it in my back pocket.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I've got just one fun one for you. I see you have a Traeger. I'm just curious what your favorite thing to smoke is.
Oh, man, probably the elk I put down. I got a Traeger. Actually, my wife and I just gave my old Traeger to our father-in-law. And so we're actually in an apartment complex right now that doesn't allow Traegers. We sold our townhome, moved into there. And so we gave our Traeger to my father-in-law. I can't wait to get my Traeger, to get a new one and get on it. But my buddy who lives right down the road, we go there and I put down a big bull in November, and we before every fight, I'll go there and we smoke some anything from the bull that we put down, and we come into fight week. So probably the elk.
I did have to ask. I saw the dog tags. Are those decorative, or you didn't serve? Did you serve?
I did not serve. You know, it's something that my coach put together. It's a quote from the man in the arena, saying it's not the critic who counts, it's the actual man in the arena. And then it's got my name, and it says Factory X and FDR for Fine Daily Results. So I don't wear these all the time. I have a big man in the arena poster that has it all quoted out, and I hang it on that. And then come fight week, it's something that coach made up for all the fighters. And when we have fight week, we'll wear them out to the cage. We take them off and put them on coach before we go in. So kind of a cool little tradition we started at Factory X, and just got to keep it rolling.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.